You and I both know that when it comes to communication skills, ums and ahs, they can make us sound unsure of ourselves. But then there are some other words, some subtle words that are just as powerful at stripping away your credibility and your confidence. And these little words, they sneak into your conversations without you really noticing that they're there. So in this video, I want to share with you 5 small words that could be quietly sabotaging how confident you sound. And this is going to apply to not only what you say in meetings, but maybe what you're writing in your emails and even casual conversations. Now, if you're a coach, a leader, or somebody who just wants to improve your communication skills, then you're going to get a lot of value out of this video. So in the world of communication skills, the smallest words or sentences can often do the biggest damage. Now, psychologists call them disempowering language patterns. And they're subtle, they're automatic, and we use them constantly. But the moment that you become aware, you can start to take control. And when you sound more certain, you feel more certain too. Now, one of the patterns that I see over and over again when I'm coaching is this. So I've got a client and we're starting the coaching call, we're talking about a win, and their language, it's strong, it's decisive, it's very clear. The moment that we then shift into talking about a challenge or a setback, suddenly their words change. They bring in words like might, maybe, worry, can't. Now, early on in a coaching journey that I'll have with a client, I do call these things out. And when I do call them out, yeah, it can get really frustrating at first to constantly be pulled up on these little words. But within just a few weeks of coaching, my clients, they start to self-correct. They catch themselves in real time. And the moment that they start to shift their language, something inside it just clicks. They suddenly feel more confident, they feel more in control, and they feel more certain in themselves. So if you are a coach, a leader, or somebody who does support others, your role requires that you do have others in your care. Don't see this video as to just use on yourself, but also use it to help the people that you lead, because language leaves clues. Now, I will give you a quick word of warning here. If you do decide to go down the route of pulling everybody up on the little things that they say, you are going to become that person who is more annoying than somebody who suddenly reclines their seat back on an aeroplane. Now, before we dive into the 5 words that kill your confidence, I've got something super, in actual fact, hang on a minute, that's a bit of an understatement. I have something phenomenal to share with you. After years of working with clients on their confidence and communication skills, there are certain areas where I have noticed that some common areas where I notice people lack confidence. And when they improve these areas, things suddenly start to click. They feel more confident, they communicate in a much more impactful way, and they become more charismatic as communicators. And I've simplified these areas down into a simple 3-page checklist, or it's like a self-rating system. It takes you less than 5 minutes to complete, but it's going to really show you whereabouts your confidence is strong, maybe whereabouts it's weak, and then at the last page gives you a little bit of an action plan of what it is that you need to do to level up in those numbers there. This is yours. It is completely free. I'll leave a link in the description down below, so I highly recommend that you click that link after you've finished watching this video. Go over and grab your copy, grab a cup of tea, and fill out the confidence rating form. But anyway, let's get into the video. Okay, now that I've promoted myself a little bit to you, let's look at the 5 small words that will kill your confidence. The first one is the word might. So I might do that. Saying I might, it sounds like you're not committed. So I want you to imagine this scenario. Imagine that you're taking a friend of yours surfing. They're a little bit nervous about going surfing. Maybe they're not the strongest of swimmers. And you say to them, well, don't worry. If you start drowning, I might come and help you. You're going surfing on your own that day if you say that. So we need to be more deliberate. So use words like I will or I won't. Now, I am going to say that in the surfing scenario, probably best not to say to your friend that I won't come and save you. But think of it like this. Clarity builds trust. Decision beats doubt. I don't use this condition, honestly. So the word usually, it sounds like you're justifying your choices. So if you are in the situation where you are halfway through eating a donut and somebody walks into the team room, don't say, I usually don't eat this sort of thing. Just enjoy the donut. The damage is done. Just own it. Just say, I felt like a donut, so I ate one. Confidence is simplicity. You need to stop over-explaining. Okay, so the third word on the list is impossible, as in, that's impossible. Sounds like, whenever you say that, it sounds like you've given up already. So imagine this scenario. You've got Uncle Gaz and Auntie Shaz. They come over for your 8-year-old's birthday and they give him a Lego kit of the Millennium Falcon. Now, being the parents, you know that you're going to have to get involved in helping to build that thing. And you look at it and you say, well, that's impossible.
Well, you said it.
So instead, say something like, it's challenging, but I'm working through it, or I haven't figured it out yet. You see, you want to keep the door open. Words, they either create possibility or they're going to kill it. The fourth word is worried, as in, I'm worried about the meeting. By saying this, it sounds like you're anxious or you're unsure. So I want you to imagine this scenario. Imagine that you're the lead actor and you're backstage and somebody says to you, are you ready? And then you respond by saying, oh, I'm just really worried about going out there. That's not exactly inspiring confidence in the rest of the cast, is it? So instead, you want to try using words like I'm preparing, or I'm getting ready, or I'm getting clear. So we want to replace fear with focus. And then we want to let other people borrow from our own composure. Okay, so wordo number 5 is likely, as in it's likely that I'll call you later. That just sounds like you probably won't. So imagine this. Imagine that you've been out on a date. The person that you've been on a date with, they turn around to you and they say, this has been amazing. It's likely I'll text you. That person ain't texting you at all. So instead, you want to be very specific with your language. So be specific or don't say it. Vagueness kills momentum. Do you know what? I'm feeling rather funky fresh today, so I am going to give you a bonus word, and that bonus word is should, as in I should do this. Should sounds like pressure. It sounds like obligation. It sounds like guilt. But here's the thing. Should is a stress word. Just think about how it makes you feel. It feels like you're failing at some invisible rule book. It's like carrying around a to-do list that somebody else wrote, and you're not even sure if you agree with it. So imagine this. Imagine that it's Sunday. You're laying on the couch in your Sunday slacks, enjoying a rare quiet moment. Then all of a sudden the brain fires up and it starts to say, well, you should be replying to those emails. You should be out there cleaning the garage. What are you doing? You should be becoming a better person. We need to change the word should and swap it out with I want to or I choose to. So I want to go for a run. Feels empowered. I should go for a run. That feels like a punishment. So language really shapes our emotion. One word can shift you from feeling like it's pressure to power. Now, with everything that I've covered in this video, don't just think about this when it comes to your speech, because these words are also going to show up in your writing as well. So emails, texts, proposals, and also start listening to other people, because these words that I've shared with you today, they're clues to somebody's confidence level, to whether they're feeling stressed or whether they're feeling indecisive. So this is really good for coaches, leaders, and people readers. That wasn't meant to rhyme, and it did, and I'm very proud of myself for it. But anyway, that is the end of the video. Remember, please grab that free confidence rating sheet. Also, hit the like button if you have a few minutes. Check out this video, and while you're doing that, I am going to finish my donut because I want to. See ya. I don't think that bit was going to get stuck on my lip. I'm wondering if we're getting ASMR with this. See ya.